Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear learners, most welcome to all of you at my online class. Dear learners, how are you? Hope you are well by the grace of Almighty Allah. I am also well by His grace. Dear learners, it is long time since we took class in the classroom due to COVID-19. There is no alternative way to take class in the classroom except virtual online class. Dear learners, today my class for the students of class 9-10, subject English second paper, topics change of voice. Dear learners, today we shall discuss the change of voice of present tense, only present tense, present indefinite, present continuous and present perfect tense. Dear learners, your heartiest request to remain with our class and enjoy our class. I hope it will help you to keep you up to date with your study. Dear learners, let's discuss the voice change in our today's online class. Dear learners, at the beginning of the lesson, we have to know about voice and its classification. Dear learners, do we know what is voice? Okay, learners. Voice, the form of the verb, which indicate that the subject itself acts or is acted upon by other agency, is called voice. Okay, learners. Voice is classified into two kinds. They are active and passive. Voice is classified into two kinds: active voice, passive voice. In active sentence, subject perform the action. When the subject does something, is called active voice. In passive sentence, subject receives the action. We can say when something is done by the subject is called passive voice. Okay, learners. Dear learners, when we change from active to passive, we have to know how to change from subject to object. Dear learners, now I am going to write a list of some subjects and their object. Look at the blackboard. Subject, object. If the subject of active voice is I, the object of passive voice will be me. If the subject of active voice we, the object of passive voice will be us. If the subject of active voice is you, the object of passive voice will be you. If the subject of active voice is he, the object of passive voice will be him. If the subject of active voice she, the object of passive voice will be her. If the subject of active voice they, the object of passive voice will be them. If the subject of active voice noun, the object of passive voice will be the noun. If the subject of active voice it, the object of passive voice will be it. Okay, learners. Now let's come to know how to change from active to passive. Dear learners, if the active sentence, if the active voice is present indefinite tense, we have to change it by following structure. Now I am going to structure on active and passive. Look at the blackboard. Look at the board. Active, subject plus verb transitive plus object. Present present indefinite. This is the structure of active voice, passive voice, subject of object plus am, is, are plus verb 3 plus by or to or for plus object of subject. Dear learners, this is the structure of active voice. At first we have to write subject, then we have to write verb transitive verb and object. This is the structure of passive voice. Object of the subject, and is, are. Here you have to use here and is, are according to number and person. Then you have to write verb 3. Verb 3 means past participle form of verb. Past participle form of verb. Then we have to write by, to, for. Then object of subject. Look at example. He drives a car. Dear learners, here he is the subject of active voice, drives drive is a transitive verb. Eka is object of active voice. If you change from active to passive, we have to write in passive Eka plus is plus verb driven driven plus by plus him. Dear learners, here Ekar is a subject which is object of active voice. Then we have to use auxiliary verb am is are according to the number and person. Here we have written here is. Then we have to write verb 3 drives present from drove and driven past participle from. Then we have to write by. Here him is object which is subject of active voice him. Okay learners. Dear learners, if the active voice is present continuous tense or there are am, is, are in the active voice, we have to following it into passive by following a structure. Now I am going to write a structure on the blackboard, on the board. Look at the board. A structure of active voice. Active subject plus am, is, are plus verb with ing plus object. This is the structure of passive voice. Passive subject of object, subject of object plus am, is, are being plus verb 3 plus by, for, to plus object of subject, object of subject. Dear learners, look at the board. Here the structure of active voice. At first we have write subject, then after subject we have to use am, is, are according to number and person. Then we have to write verb with ing plus object. If we want to change from active to passive, we have to follow the structure. Object of subject of object. According to the rules, we have to use after subject of object am, is, are, being with being plus be verb. Be verb means first participle form of verb. Then we have to use by, for, to according to the rules. Then object of subject. Now look an example. Active. She is singing a song. If we want to change into passive voice, we have to follow the structure. Then we have to write first a song, passive, a song, is being sung, S-U-N-G, sung, verb 3 by her. Okay, learners, here a song is subject, which is subject of active voice. Then you have to write after subject in passive voice. Am being, is being, are being, according to the rules we have written here is being. Then we have written here sung, verb 3. Verb 3 means past participle form of verb. Then we have to use by for to according to the rules. We have written here by. Then there her is object, which is subject of active voice she. Okay, learners. If the active voice is present perfect tense, or if active voice have and has or has, we have to change by following structure. Dear learners, if the active voice is present perfect tense, we have to change by following structure. Now I am going to write the structure of active and passive. Subject plus have or has plus verb 3 plus object. The structure of passive voice: subject of object plus have or has been plus verb 3 plus object of subject. Dear learners, look an example. Example: he has eaten, E-A-T-E-N, eaten a mango. If you want to change from active to passive, then we have to follow the structure. A mango has been eaten by him. Dear learners, here a mango is subject, which is subject of active voice. Then we have to use have been, has been according to number and person. We have written here has been because a mango singular number, third person. Then we have written here verb 3 according to the rules. Then we have written by object of subject. There are some mistakes. Sorry. A mango has been eaten by him. Here him is object, which is subject of active voice he. I hope you have enjoyed my class. No more today. See you again in the next class. Allah Hafiz.